Hello, everyone.
Hi, guys. Welcome back to the Saucy Sibz podcast.
I'm Nicodemus.
And I'm Francesca. Why is that funny?
Did I mess up?
I don't think so.
I don't know. I was like, because I thought it was like, it's Saucy Sibz podcast. I'm Francesca. I'm Nicodemus, but I don't know. Intros are fucking hard, guys.
Do we have a script?
I know. Actually, I don't know.
Doing it. You guys, I can't decide if it's 1,000,000 degrees in the closet studio or if I'm just menstruating. I'm dying. Hi, guys. It's Shark Week.
I've never heard that before, or maybe I have, and I just didn't.
I know. I go, Nick. We have a photo shoot tomorrow, and I ate ice cream for every meal today, and I ate ice cream and spaghetti, and then I'm literally carb and dairy loading for a photo shoot, but I was like, it's Shark Week, and I don't care. And Nick was like, what would Shark Week have to do with?
I thought you were saying that I'm eating a lot. I'm a shark.
No, it's because there's blood in the water.
I'm going shark. Oh, I thought because you're crazy like a shark. Because I'm PMSing. I'm a goddamn predator.
Did you think?
I don't fucking know. But I want to be I'm gonna go Shark Week on these fucking burritos. You know. Because you're eating a lot.
Yeah.
But okay.
No, it's you're chumming the water for Shark Week. So during Shark Week, they put a bunch of chum in the water.
Yeah.
All the bloody.
To get the sharks.
To come in. So it's Shark Week.
Shark Week. All right. Well, shit.
I'm a predator. Have I been acting like a predator?
Slightly. Hey. Can I show you something?
Oh, yeah.
Into this episode. This is a rough start, guys. Anyway,
this week's episode is sponsored by my friend's insane, amazing, wonderful company. It's called the ANDI Brand. And then ANDI, ANDI, for the owner Andrea, and then Brand. Mm-hmm. So hey, backpack man.
Oh hey.
Why don't you show me your backpack?
Can I show you my new backpack?
Wait, I have to tell them why I just said it to you like that.
So we were in New Orleans. This is what this episode's about. We were in New Orleans, and I had this backpack on. And for those of you not watching, it's gold and has a kind of multicolored strap on it. So it's a little flashy. It looks good. And we were in New Orleans, and this bachelor party was in the bed of a truck, and they were all sitting in it like it was a hot tub. Bachelorette, yeah. And I was walking past them, and they kind of slowly drove past me, and one of the girls just goes, "Hey, backpack man," and I'm like, "What the fuck was that?"
Yeah, and Nick was like, "Oh my gosh,"
I'm pretty sure,
because that we only promote products that we're obsessed with, and so we tested these out on our trip to New Orleans, and also the amount of compliments.
Oh yeah,
and we didn't have our code yet. Mm-hmm. So you guys, theandibrand.com, and the code is Saucy Sibz for 20% off. But Nick, why don't you tell me your favorite things about the backpack?
Okay.
And then...
Well, I'm really big into a pocket for the laptop. If it doesn't have it, fuck it. Your other one doesn't.
No, and I would have to shove it in there, and it's not safe.
Nope.
So this is a padded laptop pocket. Fits most 15-inch laptops.
There's a lot of pockets on the inside because I hate when a backpack's just a giant bucket. That's fucking annoying.
It has a full inside zipper pocket, 2 small pockets, and then also 2 more water bottle pockets in the corners.
In the corners, yeah. I love some good organization in my goddamn backpack.
One of my favorite things while we were traveling is it has a luggage strap.
Oh, yeah,
so it
that's
fits
necessary.
over the handle of your luggage.
Absolutely. Even though your luggage is fucking broken.
You guys.
And
Spirit Airlines. Okay, it's I actually can't blame Spirit Airlines anymore.
Yeah.
So my carry-on went through Spirit Airlines a year ago.
Enough said.
That's why I can't blame them anymore because it's been a year and I haven't gotten new luggage.
Yeah.
But they broke my handle off. So you have to either carry the full carry-on over your head like you're in Africa fetching water. Or that's what I feel like. I feel like one of those women.
Yeah.
Except the opposite, first world versus third world sustenance.
Flying on an airplane.
I'm sorry. But then anyway, so that didn't work on my luggage, but it worked on Nick's.
Yeah.
Then, also, actually, this is my favorite part. If you're watching on YouTube, and I'll add this to TikTok, it has a removable what is a removable wristlet. So this is
Wristlet,
right
yeah.
here. It's like a little pocket and stuff. But then if you zip it off, hold please. Look at that. And it's attached. It has a little leash, but you can unleash it, and now you can like take this around with you. And so I took this around to the parties.
I've never seen a backpack do that.
No.
Yeah. So
I wonder if she should patent that. If she doesn't,
It might
I'm sure she's
be.
tried. She's a smart lady. Has a little underneath the flap when the wristlet's there is a little easy but hidden so it won't get stolen phone pouch or anything else you want pouch, but a big little pouch. And then also when it's on your back, where is it? There's this little pocket, so you can shove your phone in here or
Like
whatever you'd like for just like easy access.
I was like I wouldn't put my wallet in that pocket, but I put like little granola bars and like snacks in there. Yeah.
Snacks for the kids.
But yeah, we took these everywhere. Mine is gold, like I said, and Francesca's is a black camo.
Yeah. No, Nick, it's leopard.
Leopard, sorry.
Yeah.
Camouflage.
Yeah, I could, if, I could be a Black Panther leopard out there. But, so no, I would say mine is like more like sleek and chic, and yours is like a little like
flashy.
Oh, and it's water resistant and machine washable.
Oh.
So yeah, you literally throw it in the washing machine. You guys, honestly, it's totally worth it. She is a super sustainable company, and she is a New York girl. Obviously, that's how we became friends. I literally bumped into her in a coffee shop the other day, and
you said, "Hey, backpack girl,
literally,
what you wearing?"
Truly,
yeah.
Straps are super comfortable. You guys, I don't know. The ANDI Brand Saucy Sibz is 20% off. You're welcome. I can't believe she gave us 20% off for the people.
Details in the description.
Yeah, we'll put everything there. But anyway, you guys need to check them out. Oh,
But yeah, it was good to have a backpack that worked well for us for our ridiculous trip to New Orleans.
It's been a lot.
Yeah, we're stressed out, guys. No, I'm kidding. But we went to New Orleans for Tales of the Cocktail. I think we told you guys that last episode.
And boy, do we have some tales.
It was Tales from the Cocktail. That's literally why it's such a good, yeah. It was one of the most overwhelming, fun, awesome events I have ever been to in my entire life. And I'm not even like saying that just because, but like every day we had something like 17 stories to tell.
No, honestly, you guys, if you get a chance to ever go, or if you just have time off, or us, like we'll help you get the hookup, but you guys, like, it was worth it. Like, you say yes and you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not. I thought it was like a bartending convention, and it is,
Yes.
right? Because it's at the Ritz-Carlton, and there's lots of different tasting rooms, and there's all these different kind of like activations and people giving out samples and free drinks and stuff like that. However, it's also like really chill, where it's fun to explore. And then throughout the city of New Orleans, every alcohol company kind of like competes for the coolest party or different activations, and they're all so different from one another. And
So there's a big conference going on at the Ritz.
Yeah.
But then all the other parties, you guys, within 1 week in New Orleans, there's 300 other off-premise parties. So it's like they'll take over a whole hotel, or they'll rent a house and make it this like house of wonders, or they'll like do a pool party, but the pool party is going to have like massages and DJs and food. And then imagine, okay, so like, let's say the Hendrix Gin party. Not even to get into that, but it's like, think of every little corner of the party that there's bars and they're giving out samples. They're not just giving out samples. They have flown in the best bartenders and the best bars from all over the world to do like a guest shift. So it's like, oh, this is the best bar in Tokyo, and they're doing a special cocktail for, what's it called? For Hendrix Gin.
Yeah.
And then downstairs, the best bar in Miami doing a special cocktail from for Hendrix Gin. So you get to try the alcohol in all these different forms. And then if you're, such an industry professional and you're into craft cocktails and you've followed these bartenders, it's like they're like celebrity bartenders.
Yeah. And so people are just always like, oh, that's so-and-so. He's really well known for this, this, and this. And it's just so cool and interesting. It's truly a whole world. Oh, and then one of the bartenders that I know that lives here in Denver, I just saw him behind a bar, the Frontier Bar, or what was it?
Republic.
Republic, right?
It was the Jägermeister party.
The Jägermeister party. And he was just working there, and I was like, "Oh, bro, what are you doing here?" He was like, "I belong to a bartending group that we all travel around the country, and we take over different bars. So it's like and they all live in different areas. There's like 38 different bartenders from all over the country, and they will all meet up, at this hotel for this conference, and because they're doing this type of like party." And I'm just like, I didn't even know that existed,
No.
Yeah, it was super cool.
Like some people can like work at a bar.
Yeah.
Work behind a bar. And then there's people who are passionate about the craft and they're into it. And it's like literally all the celebrity bartenders. But then you add on the fact that it's New Orleans.
Yeah.
And
it's truly like the tastemakers were all there. It was really, really fascinating.
Okay, so with that being said, let's just like start off from the top, like the whirlwind. So we fly in with our backpacks and we go to our just gorgeous hotel.
We found a really great priced hotel called Hotel Vinache.
A historical landmark.
It is historical.
Let's put it that way. It's a historic building.
And you couldn't really have more than 3 people in the elevator. There were signs all over that said it will.
For fear of death.
It's historic. You have to be gentle with it. It used to be one of the tallest buildings on Canal Street. So
in the 1800s.
In the 1800s, yeah. I was like, I didn't even know they had elevators back then.
I'm sure I'm sure they put the elevator in afterwards.
Probably. That's probably what happened. You know what I'm going to go
I don't know. They didn't have elevators in the 1800s.
I'm going to go to bed tonight listening to a 30-minute podcast about the history of elevators.
Of course you are.
Uh-huh. And then every time I get in an elevator, I'm going to tell people, well, did you know that they added... Anyway.
Anyway, guys, Priceline, if you're ever looking for cheap hotel.
It wasn't bad, though. It did what it needed to do.
We got an upgrade.
Besides one of the bellboys trying to sell us weed.
And cocaine.
It was, it was
pretty much. Well, I think our block was run by like a gang of teenagers.
I couldn't tell if he worked at the hotel or he was just chilling at the hotel.
Yeah, I couldn't either. Pretty much most of the workers, I couldn't tell.
Yeah.
But when we left the building, it was a lot of I still got that cocaine if you guys want some. We were
it was like our little greeting party.
Yeah, and we're like, no, we're good. Thank you.
Fine.
Thank you so much.
Just trying to go to bed.
Yeah. 4 a.m. But no, and there was just quirky little things about it.
Yeah. It was kind of haunted as well.
Yeah, it was a little scary. Lots of things just didn't work, but it just added to the historical charm.
What?
Just the ice machine.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I was the elevator, and I didn't really feel like anyone behind the desk also worked there.
Not at all.
I felt like they were coming in to do a guest shift for their friend who went down that had to run to be in the gang.
Yeah. It was definitely
they looked confused when I asked them questions.
I know. It was a social experiment to see if the guests could run themselves pretty much.
Yeah, no, I thought I was being punked. I was like, do you work here?
Do you work here?
But no, then at one point I went to go get some ice to do an ice bath on my face because I looked like shit and I had to wake up. And so I went in my towel. So I'm just wrapped in my towel. First mistake, leaving the hotel room naked. And it's stairs this way. And I'm afraid of the elevator. So I get in the stairs and I walk outside and it's not stairs. It's not a stairwell. It's a fire escape. And the door closes behind me and there's no handle to the outside.
Just naked on the fire escape.
I'm naked on the fire escape.
I'm literally chilling on my bed and I'm laying down and all of a sudden I hear this faint knock. And I'm just like, what is she doing? You know what I mean? I was like, it sounds like she's outside. And I was like, where did she go?
But we're on the 10th floor.
We're literally on the 10th floor. So I'm like, and I didn't realize that you were naked. But so I was like, oh, that would have been bad if you would have had to crawl down the fire escape.
Here's the thing. Here's my only choices. Well, Yeah. So all I had with me, because I didn't even have my phone, but I had the ice bucket. And I was like, I think if I threw the ice bucket, because like your window was kind of like to the end of the building, I was like, I could throw the ice bucket over to the window to like maybe break it or to get your attention. I didn't know if you could hear me yelling.
Oh.
But then, okay. So, or we have option 2.
I don't like that option
which
at all.
is very scary fire escape, very rickety. Okay. I am outside on like this historic fire escape. But I literally have nothing underneath my towel. Okay. And we are in a very sketchy part of New Orleans. So I'm like, okay, I could go down past everyone's windows in my towel.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Sometimes when you get to the bottom of a fire escape, you can't jump down to the ground anyway.
I've always wondered why.
Am I going to have to like do one of those things where you slide down like in a Jackie Chan movie?
Why is that? It's so you can't come up. People on the street can't go up it, but you can only go down though.
Yeah. So I guess I could have let the...
Yeah.
But I was like, God, that's so far down. And let's say I'm able to get to the street. Now I'm naked in the sketchiest part of the New Orleans streets in a back alleyway.
Yeah, literally in a back alleyway with the people trying to sell you cocaine.
Yes.
You probably would have been abducted.
No, I know. So I'm like, okay. But I know that I have my ice bucket as my one chance to get a hold of you. So I can't waste my chance yet.
Yeah.
So I just started screaming.
And honestly, Francesca, it was so faint. It was
really?
Yeah. And it was only
So it was
and
like
I was
that
like watching
telepathy?
TikTok. So I was like fucking doing my death scroll of like where I just start drooling on myself. But and I think I like paused it or something, or like no, I think like the video didn't load, and so it stopped making noise, and I'm just like, what the fuck is that? All she had was a towel, a bucket, and a dream.
It.
Yeah.
My vagina. Like I didn't know what was gonna happen.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Nick hears me, and you're like, "What are you doing outside?"
I'm like, literally, what are you doing? Like,
crisis averted.
Yeah.
Just had like a minor panic attack.
That's very like Francesca though. It's like I hear her screaming my name because she's in a life and death situation. She's naked outside on the side of the building on the 10th floor, screaming my name.
We've just gotten there.
I was like, girl, we've been in New Orleans for like an hour. Like what are you doing? But it worked out. Fuck yeah.
Then we went to the Jack Daniels party.
Yeah. Oh my literal gosh, my friends. Okay, so we had just heard about the Jack Daniels party.
Yeah, but someone was like, "Oh, there's like a special surprise guest in town tonight. You need to go to this party."
He's like, so my buddy Jimmy, he's like, text this girl, tell her to get you on the list. And I'm like, okay. So then we take an Uber and we go out and we're like all the way out by this like convention, or it's like a giant warehouse pretty much.
Warehouse.
And like there's a Jack Daniels sign.
Yeah, no, but it was like a Batman sign, but it was Jack Daniels. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I guess we're in the right place.
This is the Jack Daniels. And then so we like get up and we're like, hey, Nicodemus, Francesca, we're on the list.
No, we didn't even know it was a Jack Daniels party. We just knew the address and that it was a party that we had to be at. So we're like, is this like where a secret musical guest may or may not be playing?
Yeah.
And also, but we're on the list. So we had to like ask questions, but then also pretend that we're cool enough to be 100% on the list.
And I was like, am I on the list? And then like, yeah, literally.
And then we weren't.
I know. And then I was like,
but we had the right name to drop.
Mm-hmm. We just dropped a little name and then we got in.
Well, she was like, honestly, like you're not here. I like can't find you. And we were like, but like we talked to Kenzie, and like we're supposed to be at like Kenzie, like put us on the list. Meanwhile, we've been in New Orleans for an hour, and I'm like, it just feels like when you're in your own city or you know things, or at least you know the person whose name you're dropping.
Yeah,
I
had never met her because Jimmy just was like, hey, tell her you know Kenzie.
And so we're just like, and I'm like, honestly, like if you want to tell me to fuck off, like I'm like already apologizing, but not. I'm holding it in.
Yeah,
and she's like, honestly, like I just don't even like care. Like just put in your name.
And we're like, oh, okay.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. And so we go in, and we hadn't eaten yet, but our Uber driver did have a lot of those like candies,
grandma candies, the little strawberries,
grandma candies, which I fucking love. By the way,
no, but we were trying to be quiet, so we were like, but we were secretly like grabbing more. She's like, oh, help yourself to a candy. But Nick and I were like eating, like we thought our dinner was gonna be I don't know, like 19 strawberry candies.
Yeah, because I was like, I need calories if I'm drinking. If I'm going to some like undisclosed warehouse party, it's like I'm gonna need some calories, and I guess I'm eating grandma candies. So I shoveled those motherfuckers in my mouth. I ate like so many. My pockets when I got into the party were just like full of wrappers. I was like, God, I'm disgusting. I'm a disgusing grandma.
You have to do what you have to do. We woke up early and then traveled all day, got a rental car, drove to Vanash, near-death experience, and then we forgot to eat.
Yeah. But we go into the party, and it was so well done, guys, that, okay, you walk in, and it's a giant warehouse, but it looks like you're outside. You know how they do that cool shit where you're inside, but it looks like it's outside?
It looked like a plantation, like a mansion house.
A giant house out on a plantation field.
But that also had like moats and like little creeks and bridges going over it, and then outside sheds.
Real trees. Giant real trees, which I don't know.
Were they real?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yes, they were. Plant guy.
Oh.
Yeah, I was literally confused.
How did they grow?
I think they must have like greenhouse lights.
Oh.
Or something. Or maybe there's skylights. I literally don't know.
Skylights would make sense.
Skylights would make sense too.
I don't know. They brought it. So what
tree.
they brought in oak trees. There's like tire swings, and all the sheds were the different little bars that were all serving different little Jack Daniel's drinks.
And there were little carts that were giving out like free food of like
there were
boys.
Grandmas giving out red beans and rice and gumbo.
I was like, can I get 4?
No, I kept going to different lines.
Yeah, because
it was like sample size.
You know, you got like a little bowl, but it's
a little bowl red beans and rice, and so I just kept like going undercover and getting more food.
I know.
I don't think they would have minded, but I was embarrassed.
Yeah. It's like, how much red beans and rice can you really have? You know?
I'll tell you.
But and so then you would like explore through the house, and then there's all these different bars in there, and there's just like all different little activations. There's cars you can take photos with.
No, like supercars, like fancy vintage cool cars with like hot models in like leather with then like photographers next to them because like why not?
And everything's free. Like you're not tipping them, you're just getting free drinks. So Francesca and I are like literally like shoving RB&R in our face while we're like, you know, going through this party like, what the fuck is
I'm like,
this?
what's happening? And why is the like when we were inside but outside but inside?
Yeah.
I was just like, what? And people are serving me food out of like carts outside of the plantation. Like it felt like you were transported into like the 1800s, like the big house, and then the sky was lit up, but it was inside. But then you walk through the home into the different rooms, but then there's a stage.
And I was like, oh, motherfucking shit. Who's about to come out on that stage? You know who did, guys? You know who did? The inside-outside stage house plantation. Ludacris.
So inside the home.
Inside the home.
For a private little show for, I don't know, a couple hundred of our closest friends. Ludacris.
Literally Ludacris.
Luda.
Gives a great fucking show.
No,
it was like awesome, and I was like, "This is the coolest party I've ever been to."
For free,
everyone's
on accident.
super nice. Everyone's like, you know, industry and like bartenders and stuff like that, and like a lot of influencers and stuff like that. It was just so well done.
It was impressive.
Yeah, and he played "Baby," Justin Bieber song, because you know he has a verse on that.
He did all his songs that he just has like verses on.
Yeah,
and he was like talking to the crowd, like hanging out. I was like, we're at a private Luda show inside of our fake plantation,
and he looks great, by the way.
Killing it. Yeah. He's 45.
Yeah, he's 45. Which I thought he was older, but he looks so good.
He's got that Fast and the Furious money. He doesn't have to do shit. Yeah. But like corporate parties, I bet I was like, I feel like he probably got paid like $100,000-$200,000 to show up for an hour.
Literally, yeah. And apparently he really likes Louisiana. Someone told me that he's like a big New Orleans fan, so he likes to come hang out. I don't know, but I guess the year before that they had T-Pain. Jack Daniels had T-Pain, but Ludacris is way cooler than T-Pain in my opinion. But yeah.
Nick, how does this verse go? A lady in the streets, but a freak in the
bed.
Yes,
it's the bed. I always want to say it. Lady in the streets, but a freak in the sheets.
That's a different song.
I know, but so. Yeah, I messed that up. Everyone was singing along, and I fucked that one up. And
Nick's like borderline Gen Z. So he like didn't. I feel like Ludacris wasn't. This was like me reliving like my high school dream.
It's that one, right? No.
I don't know.
Yeah. Right?
I
don't care.
I don't know
But
what part you're.
It's the. What is that song called? It's played at every single high school mixer.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was a terrible rendition of that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'll give it to you. What's it called?
I just looked at it. It's oh my god. Do you know what it's called? It's called Yeah! Exclamation mark.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so it's a
yeah.
Luda verse on the Usher song Yeah.
With Lil Jon, yeah.
Yeah, that was probably
But it's
painful
an
for
Usher
everyone to
song.
listen to.
Uh-huh.
I would love to see Lil Jon. I would love to see Lil Wayne. But I'm
Yeah.
not like putting down like honestly,
Yeah.
Ludacris show he killed it and we had the best time and I was like, where are we?
Yeah.
What's happening?
Yeah. I was just so impressed. Lil Wayne's actually from New Orleans.
Oh.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
How old is he?
I don't fucking know.
Will you look it
He's
up?
timeless, yeah.
Thank you.
Did anyone in high school have that one like friend's older brother that just was like way too into Lil Wayne?
That
You
no.
know, was that-
Maybe.
I feel like that's
mean,
an
I'm
archetype.
sure
I feel
no
like
one's
we all
ever
knew
had
that
like
one like older brother that was like a stoner that like just would only listen to Lil Wayne. White guy, skinny
I
white
mean,
guy.
no
maybe?
one's ever had a unique experience, so someone watching this relates.
Wayne. Oh, he's 40. Lil Wayne's 40.
He looks a little older.
He's a little
You-
haggard. He's a little haggard.
He
though.
looks a little older than that. You're telling me Lil Wayne's only 7 years older than me?
Yeah, and what's that voice? I mean, like, just like, who is he?
I mean,
Yeah.
I think he's a genius.
I
to be
know.
totally
I like.
honest.
I think he's
Yeah.
one of the smartest men in the world.
No,
Yeah.
I really. I've watched some behind the scenes deep
Yeah.
dives on Lil Wayne.
Have you ever seen like just interviews with him where he just like you can't tell if he's like understanding the questions that he's being asked or he's like he knows what they're already about to ask. Like it's just really strange. Yeah.
Okay. I have written down here, honestly, like we're just gonna take you through like a couple of the parties and like let you know the funny stuff that happened because if we just walked you through like and then we went to another party and then we went to like another party and then this party was so cool but like literally guys like you have to fucking go.
But there were parties that were really cool that weren't that cool, and it was like, okay, I got a free margarita. Do you want to go check out this other party? You know,
we stopped in a lot of those. We'd be like, all right, well, like honestly, unless you were, I guess that's what it's become.
Unless you don't have Ludacris.
Literally, unless there's like roller skating drag queens,
Yeah.
or we didn't even make it to that one.
No, yeah, there was a roller skating drag queen pajama party.
Yeah,
That looked insane. I saw on people's line.
I told you I was like, I'm not feeling that one.
I was like, I don't know, we just didn't make it. But I know what it was. We didn't have pajamas. I didn't want to go without pajamas.
Oh, that's fair.
I bet no one else is in pajamas besides the drag queens, but you know how I feel.
I don't know. People are pretty dressed up for stuff. So we left that. We went to a couple other parties, and then we were still hungry because like I didn't get enough mini bowls of red beans and rice, and so we just went to a gas station, Cleo's. It's open until 4 a.m. They do have food, but I was too hungry to wait for it and too tired. So like, actually, it was my 100 days sober.
I know.
In the
Honestly, congratulations. And I love who the fuck spends their 100 days of sobriety
in New Orleans at a cocktail conference.
at a cocktail conference. It's the drunkest of the drunkest place I could ever think of.
At a Jack Dino's party. That was how I celebrated.
Yeah.
And then I celebrated also in the drunkest way I know how, which is weird because it's probably what I would have been doing drunk is I like sat in bed at 3 o'clock in the morning and I ate flaming hot Cheetos, Snickers, and Skittles.
That is like a you blackout move.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
'cause
Like,
that's
I don't
what I
think
would
I've
do
ever
blackout.
seen you eat something like that. Not blackout.
I know, but I was so hungry.
Yeah, we were so hungry.
But like it was, yeah, it was just like the most ironic little wink. I was like, okay, like this is how we're celebrating sobriety. Drunk eating in my hotel sheets. Like, let's just bring it full circle.
Yeah.
I love a smeared Snickers bar in my white hotel sheets.
But also, I want to bring up something about Tales of the Cocktail. I just called it one of the drunkest places ever, and it is. However, it's not like a sloppy event. It's not like some drunk fest.
No,
it
not
really
at
is
all.
done well. Like
No,
it's very nice.
Because people were telling us, they were like, get ready for Bartenders Gone Wild. And so I was thinking very sloppy.
Like a Mardi Gras type situation,
Yeah.
big crowds, just drunk people.
Even how at conferences, how like married men and like businessmen go to just get like wasted with their buddies.
Their coworker that lives across the country or something.
No,
Yeah.
you know what it is probably,
Yeah.
Nick, is these are all like people who drink for a living, so they know how to hold their alcohol.
Yeah.
They're
There was a
good
lot of that.
drinkers.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone, well, like, okay, literally, I was sober at it, and I had one of the best weeks of my life.
Yeah.
One of the most fun, coolest weeks of my life. And yeah, like I felt a little FOMO of all, just because like the amazing concoctions these bartenders were coming up with. Like, sure, I'd want to taste a little bit, but I literally just the conversations I had and all the, like, just seeing all the activations.
And there was a lot of food.
There was.
Yeah,
they flew in like chefs from all over the world too. So I was like eating my little heart out.
Yeah.
And to be honest, a lot of the biggest sponsors like were NA brands because, dude, the mocktail scene is popping.
Oh, that's the newest thing ever. There was actually I didn't go to this, but there was an influencer, not an influencer, but a girl. She gave a talk about how it's no longer a mocktail. It's just a non-alcoholic beverage. So she was like, the mocktail era is dead. That's not a thing anymore.
Yeah, it's just like
It's
a fun cocktail that just doesn't have alcohol in it.
Literally, it's
Okay.
it's like a libation, you know.
Yeah.
And just how like people want that option. Gen Z's drinking less, and it's just like where the industry is going. Obviously, alcohol is here to stay, but like it's, you know.
No, truly. And
Yeah.
one of our favorite activations was this company called Liars.
Hell yeah.
And they were doing like caviar and like NA champagne. And they had these canned cocktails. So I didn't get to try a lot of them because they still used like some malt like flavoring in them, or like malt beverage, which is barley, which is gluten. And I'm celiac. But you were saying you had like the whiskey and Coke.
Yeah, I tried the whiskey and Coke that didn't have whiskey in it, and it was really good. Like, it tasted like it had whiskey in it. And then I added some whiskey into it because I found a little shooter, and I was like, yeah, now it just tastes stronger, you know?
Yeah.
But I was really impressed with all of it. And I did keep going up to the caviar bumps and be like, can I get another? And she's like, yeah, go for it. And I'd come right back and be like, but can I get another?
But they had food in there, and then
Yeah.
they were making like all these different drinks, and they
Yeah.
flew in pufferfish.
Yeah, Pufferfish. It's a bar in Florida, I think.
Yeah, just like these fancy bartenders from all over to make like these insane drinks, like in a jungle.
In a jungle with like fake plants. They're actually real plants, like real plants everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know where you like get that many jungly plants. Do you drive a semi down with all that stuff, or do
Yeah.
you source it locally for those parties?
I don't know why.
I was gonna. I was like, why are you trying?
Well,
to
like
answer?
in my activations, no. But yeah, I'm not sure.
So then we went to sleep, but we haven't even been to the conference yet.
Yeah, because that was just our first night, you know. And we got there kind of late, so we just like went to the parties.
And we ate, and then we woke up and
Mm-hmm.
we had to go. Which I like for me, I'm like, I don't know how people were drinking during this because like
Like
I
drinking
was
the
still-
entire week.
Yeah,
all
like
night.
I was
Yeah.
still exhausted from like all the. I mean, it's 9 a.m. to like 3 a.m. Parties and like seminars and meeting people and going around the city and like conversation. So it's like being like on.
Yeah.
From 9 a.m. to 3 a.m., you go to sleep and then you wake up and do it again and like try not to look like shit.
I mean, I was drinking, but not that much because we were doing things. Like
We were there working.
we were working. Yeah.
Well, I guess kind of everyone.
Sorta.
Well, I mean, the networking is working
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
So
yeah.
it's like you can't. What do you want to be like wasted and be like, who did I meet yesterday?
yeah.
But no. So then we woke up, we went and like registered, and then we got shown to
The best thing that's ever happened to us.
the media lounge.
The
at the Ritz.
goddamn media lounge, because we were credentialed media. No, they had like this cute ass little lounge with the cutest girls, that were all working on their little laptops.
Glove Communications puts on the media part of Tales of the Cocktail. And they were just so helpful, so wonderful. They always had food for us and coffee. So it's just like a little powwow station to where you can like go in. It has Wi-Fi. You can sit there, like plan your day. And if you have people you want on the podcast, like they'll facilitate it with their PR team and set up like interviews for you.
Again, just done so well. And we just couldn't believe it. We drank so much fucking coffee at that media lounge.
I mean, that's just what I do now. Like, since I'm sober, it's like I am on an over caffeination. Yeah. It's like a phase of sobriety, I've heard. And I'm on it. Yeah. You didn't know that?
No, but that makes sense.
I guess I'm on sober talk, like sobriety TikTok. And it's like a phase people go through. It's the over caffeination phase. Because what else are you going to do?
Well, there were so many times where like I had to I would go reach for a coffee and I was like, no. I've had enough. I don't need 5 coffees.
But like every morning, also since like we've been spending so much of our money like on like investing in our business and then all the things we have coming up that we're like, I mean, let's just go to the media lounge and get like a snack and some coffee. And like I would wake up being like, I just need that media lounge coffee to like touch my lips for me to wake up in the morning. Mm-hmm. But speaking of us not taking advantage of the media lounge and our media girls, us not setting up the interview.
Oh, yeah. This is bad. Francesca, confess your sins to the people.
Okay, so I don't know if you guys watch Outlander, but Sam Heughan, the like main hunk in Outlander.
The main hunky boy.
I've just like always, I just think he's great. And he has a a spirits company called Sassenach Spirits. And he was there and he went on other people's podcasts. But like, I just thought that we would just like magically bump into each other. And like, if it was meant to be, it's meant to be. And we didn't set up an interview with him.
Yeah. He would have just like gladly come on the Saucy Sibz podcast. Just a low-key celebrity with 5 million Instagram followers.
That's fine.
But I have never watched Outlander, so I'm like not too upset about it. But like you have a little crush on him.
Yes.
And we just like didn't meet him.
And I don't really have like celebrity crushes that.
Yeah.
And I just
You have a few. Okay. You know.
A couple.
Yeah. But
he's one of them.
Yeah.
And I just dropped that ball because like I was just like, you know.
I think next year we're gonna pin him down because he said on Instagram, "See you next year, Tails."
Yeah.
And I took that.
And I was like, I missed him, and I just didn't do my job. It's literally my job.
And the media lounge girls would set it up for us, too.
Literally, I wouldn't have to, like,
But
DM
that's okay.
him.
That's okay, because we got another guest on the podcast that will be coming out next week.
Absolutely.
But Francesca, it was your first time in New Orleans. And I know last podcast I tried to explain to you, like, New Orleans, and I did such a fucking horrible job. But at the same time, it's really hard to do. What'd you think?
I was like impressed, and like it was just like creepy and magical and like interesting and
yeah.
Well, I mean, we were just walking down Bourbon Street, and then we like saw a Barbie flash mob.
Literally, right place at the right time.
The whole trip was like right place at the right time.
We had no hiccups. Like everything just worked out for us. It was so fun.
I mean, knock on wood, but I feel like when you start kind of like being on your path, like things just start working out for you. And we kept being like, one of my favorite things I heard someone say the other day was like, when like everything's going bad, you're not thinking to yourself, oh, how do I like not mess up and keep it going bad for me? But for some reason, when things go good for you, you start being like, oh no, I don't want it.
Gonna happen.
Yeah. Like I hope I don't mess up and like ruin my good streak. And it's like, no, like just be okay with things being good and just keep being thankful, not taking things for granted. But it was just like, damn, like I really feel like we're on such a right path because like everything just keeps falling into place.
Perfectly. The Barbie flash mob by Bob's Dance Shop was so fucking sick. And we are literally, it happened around us. Like, you know how like flash mobs kind of like happen, and there's kind of supposed to be like a surprise. That's what happened to us. It's like every flash mob dream, which I think flash mobs are coming back.
We're bringing them back. But I even bring that up because all the comments on TikTok, people are just like, oh my God, I love New Orleans. Like, meanwhile, at 3 p.m. on a Tuesday in New Orleans.
In New Orleans, yeah, because it's a literal fucking party.
Like, all the time. And I guess, there's always stuff happening like that. Then, I was like, what else happened on Bourbon Street? I have been like rubbing homeless people the wrong way.
Francesca's
recently.
been getting attacked by homeless people.
But like you like not to like. I feel like that's a crazy thing to say, but you've been around for it. It's like if I'm walking down the street, like
yeah,
someone is going to pull out their katana and like threaten me with it. Someone's going to scream at my face. If I look in a direction, it's like it happened today.
Today, a guy pulled out a nightstick.
And I didn't even know it's called a nightstick, but you were like, Francesca, that's worse than a knife. And I'm like, I didn't even look at him. And he was just like, what are you look? I looked in a general direction. He's like, what are you looking at, bitch? Like, and pulled out a nightstick, starts coming after me. I don't.
Yeah, that was funny. No, nightsticks, that's what like cops use. Like they're like collapsible. That they'll like break your fucking bones. It's like titanium, yeah. Awesome. Or not titanium, it's like steel. I don't know, but scary. But Bourbon Street, super fucking homeless. And they just had a time with you. Just kept happening everywhere we went. And I was like,
and then looking at you, like, are you going to defend her? And you're like, I'm not getting involved. And you just keep walking.
I'm going to flash mob. Sorry.
Yeah. No one is messing with Nick. But for some reason, I don't know, like, what I'm out here doing. Mm-hmm. But what did this guy, he came up to me and screamed at my face, like, what the fuck do you think you're doing with your... I'm sorry, Mom. I'm going to repeat this. But like, with your wide-ass pussy hole.
White-ass pussy hole. I like the nickname Backpack Girl better. But white-ass pussy hole?
Backpack Man?
Backpack Man, yeah.
Nick, no, we got new names. We've been calling Nick Backpack Man. And then like Nick goes, well, Francesca, I guess that's your Bourbon Street nickname.
Yeah. Francesca's known as white-ass pussy hole on Bourbon Street, you know? I'm sorry. I feel gross saying that.
So bad. I've never heard anyone say
it's so
something
visceral.
Like that.
It's so visceral.
And just for me being there.
Yeah.
Someone yelled at me when I was on the phone with Mom and Dad. I don't even remember what he said. I was FaceTiming Mom. Oh, he was like, don't you ever fucking like, he threatened me because he thought I was pointing my phone at him.
Yeah. You were FaceTiming and he came and talked to you. So you faced his direction, but the phone was facing him. So the back of the phone was facing him.
As if I was recording him.
And he freaked on you. And he was like, don't you ever. And I'm like, bro, first off.
I can't FaceTime in public now.
He's probably a vampire. That's probably why. Because vampires don't show up in reflections.
Not all. I think that's some of the lore. Oh, like they don't show up on camera. Mm-hmm. He flipped.
They don't show up in a mirror. Oh, we're about to expose them.
Well, we didn't meet any vampires that we knew of.
That we know of, yeah.
But I wasn't searching because I was honestly too busy. I had things to do.
Yeah.
Like get our nails done.
We did get
because we do have to do a shout out. So Sean Kenyon, who was on our podcast already, the king of tails, flew his nail girl.
Flew her out.
To Tails the Cocktail, put her up in the Ritz, and on Williams and Graham and Occidental for the Tails nails, he got our nails done.
Tails nails. Mine are the coolest ever. She was telling me that they're like holographic, so they shine differently. It looks like a starry night kind of situation.
But if you take a photo of it with a flash, they look white.
Yeah.
But they're like dark and sparkly. But then in the sun, they're multicolored.
It's truly, it shines like a diamond. It looks like I'm gazing.
Shine bright like a diamond.
Yeah. It's like I look at my nails and I'm like literally like as if I'm gazing into like, you know, like
a crystal ball.
Yeah.
Like you're a psychic on Bourbon Street.
Yeah.
I just didn't know. Like there's a thing on TikTok called like red nail theory. And
yeah, explain that to me.
Okay, so mine are so long, like cut a bitch. And they're just the iconic bright chic red. So yeah. Rachel, who owns a Chronicus, we were gonna do some like disco cowgirl like crazy shit, but her nails were red, and she was like, I was like, damn, or is red just chic? And she was like, girl, I always like when in doubt, the red nail. And then there's the red nail theory on TikTok.
So what is it?
So it's like that. The theory is that men will like react to you differently with like the red nails. Like it's sexy, it's classic, it's what their like mothers had like growing up. Like women used to only have like kind of like red or pink nails. It's powerful. So like these red nails, and I like can confirm. that like people have been reacting to me differently.
Really?
When I see photos, Mom even like sent it. We were putting up our stories like kind of out of order at Tails, and like Mom wrote BRN like as like BCAD. Like she just said BRN, and I was like, "What?" And she was like, "Before the red nails." Like everything changed.
Mm-hmm.
Like
I love them on you.
My
like,
life was before red nails and after red nails.
They keep catching my eye. I'm like,
no, this is who I was always meant to be.
Red.
I'm literally like, this is me, and this is who I am as a person, and I don't think I want to live another way.
I think when I first started painting my nails black, I was like, this is me. This is me.
Well, and now Sean has ruined me because I went to the best nail girl in all of Denver.
She's the best nail artist in Denver.
Maybe one of the best in America. And we're going to have her on the podcast if she will come because she's the coolest bitch I've ever met.
I know, she was intimidating.
Oh my gosh, the
So
coolest.
cool.
And I'm just over here like, and she's like, all right, well, like, because, you know, of course, Sean paid for our nails, but then we want to tip her. And she's like, oh yeah, just like tip me. And I'm like, but how much do you cost so we can tip you right? And she's like, well, Mama's expensive. And she told us, and I was like, all right, well.
Can confirm.
Can confirm.
But they're so good. And she's fast, too, which is like nice.
No, insanely fast.
Yeah.
And you guys, these aren't like tips. Or she said 90% of her girls her clients are real nails because she helps them like grow them out. She keeps them healthy.
Yeah.
She was like, I don't even like to use acetone because it crosses the blood-brain barrier.
Yeah.
We're literally just sharing our nails. Anyway, this is who we are now. Welcome. I am Cheska now. These are Cheska nails.
Cheska nails. Yeah. Good shit.
Or her white ass pussy hole and backpack man.
Yeah.
These are white ass pussy hole nails. I cannot. I'm sorry. So then Nick went on a gin tour of America.
Yeah, it was just super cool. I think that like pretty much it was really all the gin companies were doing the coolest shit. So we literally just tried all the gins from all across the world.
And it's weird that all the biggest parties were gin parties because like I always think of you as the only person who drinks gin for some reason.
What? Really? It is kind of like less.
You're the only person that shoots gin.
Yeah, I shoot straight gin, and it makes even the heaviest drinkers shudder when they say that. But they go, "Damn, are you a psychopath?" I was like, literally, you have no idea. But anyway, Forge Gin had one of the coolest fucking parties I've ever been to. Some highlights. It was at Hotel St. Vincent, and what is an old hospital, and it is gorgeous.
Absolutely gorgeous. Do you know what we found out?
What do we find out?
Who owns it and who decorated it. It's the same management company of Clark's and Aspen, which is one of our favorite restaurants in Aspen. And we were like, of fucking course.
Of course.
Of course. It's like our style. Honestly, the style is like very similar to the studio.
Mm-hmm. So the party there was just like gin bars doing different cocktails everywhere throughout this like really old 1800s hospital, and you could literally like just go and explore it, and there were all these different rooms, all these different bars. There was a fountain of gin, a gin and tonic fountain, a literal gin and tonic fountain. Okay, and they just had cups, and you just go and pour the cup.
Yeah, just get your own.
And it would just pour into it. I was like, I have never seen that before. That was dangerous, though. I bet. Yeah.
Well, then there was a man from Spain who they had flown in the best Ibéricos ham in Spain. But okay, so let me just set the scene for you. So it's in this chapel part, and it's all like velvet and red lights and like stained glass. And there is a man that looks like he's from the cover of GQ.
Yeah.
But like... how do you describe him? But like with like a mustache and a man bun and like the most finely tailored suit you've ever seen with a saber. And he is meticulously carving the ham. And
off a giant leg that had these like pig's leg that had these stands on it. So it was like perched, and he would just
displayed.
And then we were watching, and we're like, what's happening
And he was shaving it as if he was playing a violin.
Yeah.
And then when he would put it on the plate, it was in in a design, like
Yeah.
a master. He's an artist when he laid the ham down, but he's also, we found out, the world's, I don't know, I should like look it
I've
up.
heard
I
he's
feel like
the world's greatest ham cutter.
No, but it wasn't that. It was a hand. He was a ham he was
The ham carver.
No, it was like but it wasn't the ham carver. He's like a ham carving master of the world, like the top man in the world. And I just like don't know what a man like this does.
They flew him in from Spain to do this, and I've just like, I didn't know that existed.
So does he fly around the world at activations to just show up in a suit and look the way he does and shave ham legs?
Yes, Francesca.
Sign me up. Okay, but no, like you guys, he was so hot it was like not normal.
Yeah.
Like it was like someone.
It was like a performance art piece.
Yes.
It truly was.
Like his
yeah.
beard though, like the beard oil. Like I was like, I don't think this man speaks English, but like, should I leave him my number? Yeah. We know he's good with his hands. Like, and he was just so just serious. And it was just intimidating. It was a whole thing.
I've never seen something like that.
No, but well, what happened?
Okay, so Francesca and I are
because I went out of we witnessed something that was. I'm sorry, I just asked you the question.
Well,
and then
no,
I talked over you, but like,
it's
sorry.
It's crazy. So Francesca and I are staring at this man, mesmerized, and then someone comes up and explains to us like what is happening.
I asked after I saw this like crazy display of these other people, so I was like, "Can you please tell me more about this? Because this is serious. I can tell because he had a handler.
Yeah.
He wasn't telling us this or talking to the people. He was
busy doing the art. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But while he was doing his art, a couple came up and just started blatantly making fun of him. And this was in earshot. Like they're probably standing like 5 feet from this man who's devoted his life to this craft. Okay. and they're like, wow, he is taking his sweet ass time trying to cut that ham. We're all hungry. Bitch, give us the ham. We're hungry. Look at him being all like meticulous and shit.
Oh,
well, they didn't say
he's
meticulous,
doing way too much to cut that ham.
They were just like full on ripping him to shreds. I'm sorry, I don't even care what you're doing. If you're performing and someone's doing any type of art,
and he had like a stage pretty much.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy. And I was like, guys, that is the world's master ham carver. Please show some respect.
Literally.
But it was awkward.
Well, after they told us everything, then like he was done with his design, and then like his handler, I think the owner of these brands, I'm not sure. I don't want to say handler, but like I don't know. He was a very important man that was there to explain to the people and watch. So he grabs the platter, and sets it in front of me. But like I haven't figured out how to use my nails yet.
Pick them up with
Nick. In front of everyone, I'm like on display as the first person to take the ham, and I'm literally like trying. I'm like messing them around, and I'm messing up like the design, and then I pinch together with my fingers like a whole bunch of slices with my dirty. They're not dirty, but it's like the fingernails, and I'm getting them. They're like so like slimy with all the ham, and I'm just like trying, and now I'm touching other ones, and my little pincers, my little paws.
I'm glad I didn't see this. I'm glad. I would have been like, damn.
No, it was so bad, and I was like, ooh, like I'm sorry, and then I just like,
Well, was it good?
No, it was the best ham I've ever tasted.
Okay.
No, it was
like actually.
No, yes. Well, like actually, it is the best Iberico ham in the world. But like it like melted in my mouth like butter.
Wow.
Yeah. No, it was quite an experience.
Was it raw? Or is it like cured?
I feel like it's cured. I feel like Iberico ham, like that's like a thing that it is.
I love that. I love when people just like do the most with shit, you know? Like we're at a party, you know?
No, the whole party was like doing the most of everything.
I had a mushroom tincture martini. That was insane.
Wait.
What?
Someone gave you their number there.
Oh, yeah. And so in the courtyard of the of the Hotel St. Vincent, I started chit chatting with this woman, and we were like vibing and everything like that. And so I'm really bad at this. Like, I never think women are hitting on me because I think that I'm clearly gay. I was like showing her my nails too, which is like, I feel like it's kind of gay, but it's 2023. Straight guys are getting their nails painted, but I guess she was like hitting on me the entire time, and like she thought that we were like really vibing, okay? And then she handed me her card, and this is when I realized it. She like hands me my card, and she was like, "Give me a reason to come to Denver," and like walks away.
No, and we love him. We're not making fun. She's like a friend of a friend, and she was awesome and super cool and beautiful. But what's so funny is like Nick didn't realize. So later he was like, "Oh, did she like come up and talk to you?" And I was like, "No, I didn't talk to her afterwards." He was like, "I think she was hitting on me."
I hate when that happens. I just never think it's happening, you know, and like, and then I don't want to waste her time, you know.
Yeah. And yeah, just like give me like a little reason to like come visit you in Denver. It'd just be so fun. Like, here's my number.
And she was super cute and like you know, it was dope. You know, it was like, that'd be great. Yeah. But at least I got it with the girls, you know?
Well, a lot. You get hit on a lot by the girlies. And because, I'll have girls come up and tell me that like, dude, your brother's like so hot. Like, is he single? And I'm like, oh, honey.
Oh, girlies, girly girls, girly pop.
I'm like, he just wouldn't be that into it.
Yeah.
I'll tell you why.
Yeah. When I have my straight era, maybe. I'm just kidding.
What was like something recently? Oh, like Pride. During Pride Month, you were like, I am literally like straight this month because like I have too much to do and I can't make
Oh, yeah. I was really busy all Pride Month, so I didn't really do anything gay. So I was just like, people were like, oh, what are you doing for Pride? And I was like, I literally cannot.
You're like, I'm straight.
I'm straight. I'm just doing straight. I like worked and, you know, and all my friends, even the straight people. You
grinded and hustled. Like you were so straight.
Yeah. And I don't, so, you know, and even all like a lot of my straight friends were getting gay. I'm like, damn, you wore a Speedo out? I love that for you.
Speaking of like people obsessed with themselves and like who want attention, the plane ride.
Yeah. This was bad.
Okay, this is so bad.
You forgot your AirPods like a amateur.
Because I was charging them like right before we walked out of the house and I forgot them. So we recorded a podcast with, I guess I'll announce it. You guys, if you follow the Instagram Mover and Shaker, one of the the biggest industry meme account. Mm-hmm. The guy who runs it, his name is Nick Heughan, and he was nice enough to come on our podcast. So that's next week. Stay tuned. It was actually so fun. We filmed at the Ritz and it was just like a blast. Except for the fact that I didn't let you speak.
We'll get into that.
Sorry guys. I need we need an assistant and I need like a shot caller, like a little buzz.
Oh, like
that like buzzes me when I need to shut the fuck up.
Sometimes
I'm so caffeinated.
Sometimes Francesca like talks more than me. And then you said you were like, oh, if that ever happens, just like let me know. Like just cut me off. And I'm like, could you imagine if we had a guest on and like, and I've interrupted you two a bunch too. I mean, it's not like that, but like, like, could you imagine like Francesca, I was speaking like in front of a guest. Could you imagine?
No.
Could you imagine?
So I need a shot collar.
A shot collar.
You're saying.
Yeah,
like a little ankle bracelet. And,
yeah.
Just like,
ankle bracelet. Why is she always twitching?
Yeah. Just like,
you know what?
What if I like passed out? Anyway, so we're hiring for assistants, and if you want to shock me under the table, because like I watched the podcast on the plane on really, really low level because also everybody else around you has in their headphones. So I'm like, it's fine. So I cupped the corner and I watched the podcast. And I did realize that I speak for the first 40 minutes. So that's awesome. If you want to hate yourself,
record yourself.
Yeah. But so I said, so we're like getting off the plane and I go to this girl who was sitting next to me. I go, oh, like, I'm sorry. I go, yeah, like how embarrassing, just like watching my own podcast. She goes, yeah, for 2 whole hours. Just staring at yourself. Notes. And she goes, wish I was that obsessed with myself. And I went, you heard it too, right?
I literally heard it and my jaw dropped. I'm literally like.
Then I was like, no, like, that's what you have to do. Like, you have to edit it and watch yourself. Like, I feel weird when I don't watch the episodes at all because people tell me about them and I'm like, oh, I've never seen that episode.
Yeah, that wasn't me.
I don't know. But,
no, you have to. Yeah. I mean, I've spent a lot of time watching myself talk, you know? And then I
But
realized.
I guess if you saw someone like on a plane, like, I guess she had maybe thought like it was like a past episode. And I was just like going back to being like, what did I say again?
Yeah, look at me talk.
But she like made the comment like directly to my face. And I was like, well,
Good for her. I thought that was kind of funny. You know?
no, she was funny. I mean, maybe she was like she wasn't like trying, I don't think, to be mean, but I feel like she was definitely like judging.
Mm-hmm. Go, you woman on the plane.
Reminded me of this TikTok I saw the other day of this girl saying that she only had, when the plane took off, she realized she forgot to like, I guess, download her music, and she only had one song downloaded, and it was "Sex with Me" by Rihanna. And I guess the AirPod Maxes that are over the ear, it's like a warning, like people can hear what you're listening to around you, not like the AirPods. So she was like, sometimes you just like listen to the same song, and that was her vibe. So she listened to it, and there was a little girl in between them, and then the mom. And then at the end of the flight, the mom looks at her and goes, "Wow, you really like that song, don't you?" So like this mom is hearing her listen to "Sex with Me," so amazing. And it's blasting to this mom and this little girl.
Man,
next to her, I
would be
die.
mortified.
Yeah,
because you do this too. Like we'll listen to songs over and over again.
Over and
You're
over.
way worse than me.
Yeah,
I used to
think
do it a lot more when I was younger, but like.
It's called stimming.
Stimming.
There's a word for it. It's like a dopamine hit. It's like an ADHD thing. Like, I don't really know if I'm like autistic, but people have their suspicions.
One time I listened to Some Nights Awake, or what is that song? Trapped in my bottom. Some nights I just call, or I don't know. I can't sing the word.
Singing like a Jamaican.
It's like
some nights I dun, dun, dun,
passing in my bed. It's by Fun. You know that song?
I'm so sorry.
I literally listened to that one time over and over and over again for a week. Like it was bad. And then I was actually in my friend's car. We were camping and we were driving. We were in the car for like 2 hours, and she had that CD, the album, in her car. And we played it, and I was like, "Some nights I stay." I was like, "Oh, so good." And then I was like, "I would love to listen to it again, but not gonna do that." But the thing skipped, and it replayed it. And it
you
replayed
manifested
it again. She was
it
like,
again.
"Do you want to listen to this again?" I was like, "Yeah, that's fine with me." Like not knowing that. Some nights I stay, passion in my bed. Some nights I just call, and then there's that. There's like a weird. I honestly, it's bad that I like, don't remember it because it should be tattooed on my brain at this point. Some nights.
Dude, we didn't even like. Honestly, you guys, you just have to go. I'm going to put up a bunch of reels because if I just keep telling you these cool things, but it just reminded me that at one of these parties, Nick and I took a bunch of mushrooms. And then all the bartenders got up on the bar. They stopped shaking drinks and started shaking maracas. And then one of the bartenders jumps up on the bar and starts playing the goddamn trombone. And we're like, and actually at the award ceremony, this bar that they flew in, it's Cafe La Trova in Miami. It got voted best bar in America. And they were like, they flew in all their own musicians and bartenders, and it was for Brugal rum. But like, I'm on mushrooms, like in a jungle, and now my bartender's playing the trombone. And I was like,
no, he literally goes, I was like, "Oh, can I get this?" He goes, "1 second." I was like, "What the fuck is this?" And these are some of the best bartenders I've ever seen. They were so fucking good, happy, fun. It was like a goddamn concert.
Well, and the parties towards the end start to get kind of busy, and someone's like, "Hey, we need like 17 caipirinhas," and they just. And then he's playing the trombone and then serving you your drink, and you're like. At one point at the Hendrix House of Wonders, I was blindfolded by some buff dancing sailors, and then we walked the plank. It's literally like, think of taking mushrooms inside the Peter Pan movie, but then all of like the bars serve you like these different fancy drinks, but then like also there's like an intricate storyline and there's frozen things involved. I'm jumping in pools.
Yeah. There was a fortune teller like reading
tea leaves.
Yeah. I have never. And then all while it's 100 degrees.
No.
And I was
It was
sweating
so
the entire.
hot.
I was just sweating the entire time. But
Someone did warn us that
Yeah.
like 4 showers a day is normal, and I didn't know what they meant.
just because it's so fucking humid there, it's
It's
like
like
you're just kind
swimming.
of damp the whole
like
time.
you're
yeah.
in the swamp and you're just swimming through. So we did like sweat through like a lot of our clothes, but like I still feel like I should have been like, oh, I don't know, like working out and like
Yeah.
juicing for the photo shoot. But instead,
We're eating gas station food and gin while I'm drinking gin. You know. My takeaway from New Orleans
Please tell
is
me.
I really like gin and trombones.
and like no, like the trombone like did something to me.
Yeah, we
Well,
saw a lot of trombone. A lot of tromboning, you know? But
Well,
no, like-
actually, we're gonna shout out to the Lalo crew because they've like become friends of ours through all the events that we follow them around the world in,
Yeah.
and they took us to a show at the Preservation Jazz Hall, which is a historic little hall. So we're like shoved in a room like this big.
no air conditioning.
No, but the All Stars, yeah, no, that was intense. I'm like, oh, it's just Don Julio's grandson next to me, and we're just like vibing, but like sweating, but like watching this trombone player, and lots of like the things they put in it was just like this beautiful but cool but funky but like hot experience.
There's such a like comedic element to the trombone. Too.
I wasn't aware.
Yeah, I was only because I have seen really awesome trombonists before, but like once he got on that, and also when he jumped on the bar, he was in a power stance and was like, "Ah," you know, and just was like, I'm about to blow these people's
Well, and they were
minds.
getting in people's faces,
Yeah,
like, and making
yeah.
you uncomfortable. So
Yeah.
you're like, ooh,
Yeah.
silly man coming after me with his trombone. I don't.
Yeah. Trombones and gin. That's what this podcast episode is gonna go.
There was like honestly like
There was so much, but we're not gonna we can't give you every detail, you know.
No.
We would love to, but that's on our
Okay,
Patreon.
Well, wide ass pussy hole signing off,
I'm Backpack Man.
and we'll see you next week when we've got to make an appointment to get these off. But
I
I don't
know.
know if we can afford it.
Nope.
So
Yeah.
stay tuned. Love you guys. Cheers. We'll tag all the people or whoever we can, like in the comments. Don't forget the ANDI Brand.
Wee.
If you need a backpack or any of the bag, or there's so many other bags, you guys. It's a whole website of bagalicious things. All right. Thanks so much for being here, and we'll see you soon.
Bye.
Cheers. Movers and shakers next week.
Yes.
Mover and shaker. There's no S's. Okay, bye. Love you.
Okay, bye.